Today I'm comparing the dynamic range in video with the G9 and A7S II. So I'm gonna see the difference here. And I shot 4 clips, 2 of each. So let me just introduce you the clip. These two from G9. So I shot in natural profile, and then I shot the CineLike D profile as well. To try to get a little bit more dynamic range. We'll see if I can achieve that. And then we have A7S II file. This one is neutral profile, straight out of camera. And then we have Slog2 overexposed by 1.5 stops. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at the files, the dynamic range, and they're all in 4K. And in the case of G9, I also used 10 bits. So in A7S II, it's 8-bit internal. So. And right off the bat, I just wanted to say that the color size out of the Panasonic obviously is just simply much better. Look at this; it's very natural. It's exactly what you see with your own eyes. And as opposed to A7S II, color is slightly more kind of a lifeless. It doesn't have the vibrance in everything. Now look at this. The orange, the warm color is pretty nice here. It pops and forms a very nice contrast against the cold colors. As opposed to the A7S II file, it looks kind of plain, you know. And all footage is shot in auto white balance. So, yeah. So yeah, look at this. G9 file is much more vibrant, straight out of camera. That's the first thing to notice. A lot of contrast as well. Yeah, you definitely need to work a lot on the A7S II file if you shoot it straight from the camera. You gotta adjust the white balance, the color, contrast, all the stuff. All right, let's take a look at the Cine Profile, CineLike D. It looks flatter, less contrasty, a little bit more plastic look, but this is something you have to grade and color correct. And A7S has Slog2, Slog3. I really enjoy shooting Slog2, so it's one of my favorite profiles to shoot with. And yeah, let's just jump into the grading. I'm gonna try to play with the highlight and shadow, see how far we can push it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, first one, G9. Here we can just push the shade over here. Highlight all the way down. Oh my god, that looks ugly. That looks ugly. It looks so cartoonish, unrealistic. I'll give it a little bit, 33%. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with the highlights in the background here. I'm actually surprised that it can capture this much of the sky. It actually shows the blue color with the contrast with the white cloud. It's very nice. Like, I took some photos before this as well, and when I tested the photo files, the photo didn't even capture this good image, this good highlight. So I don't know. The video has better dynamic range. Alright, let's take a look at the CineLike D profile. Can we copy paste the setting? If we copy paste it, still look lifeless and ugly. It's something ugly. We gotta use a Luts. Let me try to use one of my. Do I have one? CineLike D. Maybe this will help. Maybe, I'm not so sure. It's a Luts that I just created yesterday. I'm not sure if it's actually useful. We can see that there's a lot of contrast. Actually, nice contrast here, but I still prefer the natural profile straight out of the camera, and it just looks really good straight out of camera. And here is just we can add a little bit brightness here, make it brighter. You could even add a little bit warmth. Now it looks more vibrant. The highlight though, look at the highlights. Alright, so we didn't adjust highlights. Let me just, yeah, lower the highlight. Look at this. The highlights is brought back. That's nice. Look at that. You can just bring back the highlight pretty easily. That's good. That's good. Don't want to go too far. -40 is good. Plus a little shade. I don't know. I don't really like that. Looks unnatural. Can we bring back even more highlights here? Yeah, it'll be unnatural. Let's keep it modest. I think this is perfect here. There you go. Maybe a little bit too much color here. Desaturates a little bit. Alright, so this is natural profile. This is CineLike D. Obviously, we can always adjust it more, but so far I think we can leave it like this. Now, moving on. Let's go to the Sony file, Sony neutral profile, straight out of camera. Yeah, it looks very desaturated. It doesn't have much color in it somehow. Let's try to emulate the look from the G9. See if we can create the same look. Bring down the highlight. I don't really see the color in the highlight. I don't know. There's not much color. We're gonna add a little warmth, add a saturation. Wow, I don't really see color still. Yeah, it's still kind of lifeless. And where is the sky? What's happening here? Are you telling me that A7S II has worse dynamic range than the G9? I don't believe it. Is it because of the 10-bit, 8-bit thing? I don't think that's the issue here. At least you should see the color, right? No matter what bit rate it is, you should see the color in the sky. I don't know. Let's see if we can bring back the color in the sky. Oh, there's no color at all in the sky. Oh, there's no color at all. It didn't capture the sky. Oh, what is this? How is this even possible? It is A7S from A7S, right? I'm pretty sure it's from A7S. Let me open the file. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, as you can see here, this is pretty blown out. I guess we could, underexpose it to get the highlights, because you can always raise the shadow. I don't know. Alright. I don't know. Can we copy paste and see what happens? Okay, copy paste the same setting from the CineLike D. Actually, it looks better now. Right? Looks better now. This looks oversaturated, not gonna lie. It looks oversaturated. Oh well. Oh well. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. Yeah, I still prefer the natural profile in G9 because my color correction skill is not there. I think it looks funny if I try to correct it my way. All right. So yeah, this is A7S II. It's funny. It doesn't capture the highlights. I'm really surprised. What about the shadow? Like, what about the shadow? Look at this shadow from the G9. It's perfect. It's great. This shadow from the G9 is great. The highlights is preserved. Let's raise the shadow. Let's raise the shadow all the way. I want to see the extreme. Okay, this is Sony A7SII. You have a very clean shadow here. You can make the image really bright. That's nice. But then, yeah, G9 also looks really good as well. So I don't know what's the advantage of the A7SII here. We're gonna have to take a look at the S-Log file, I guess, because this is impossible. All right, S-Log2. Let's go. Let's grade this thing. Usually I slap on a Luts, but today we're gonna try to do it manually. Let's see if we can adjust it manually. I'm really suck at this thing, but we're gonna see. Oh, look at the highlights. Look at the sky. Oh. Ooh, the curve is very dangerous. If you move too much, it's gonna look really bad. Curve is dangerous, my friend. Add more contrast, my friend. Add more saturation, my friend. Yeah, you probably, yeah, it's difficult to just grade like this. Let's try the Slog2 profile. Let's put this on. Oh my god. Alright, this is a LUT. We'll just put a LUT on. So we can, actually I prefer my curve adjustment here. I want to see the highlight shadow stuff. Still, the sky is not as blue as the Lumix file. If you compare to this, there you go. It has focus hunting, of course, Panasonic. Look at the sky; it's very natural, very nice. This guy is after modifying, finally you can see some blue, and before it has nothing. I really don't know what to do about this. Just let me reset the LUT. Play with the curve a little bit more. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, you know. I'm not a colorist. I'm just playing with it like a hobbyist. I play with my files for fun. But how do I bring back the shadow, the highlights? How to achieve that look? Man, this is so difficult. Add saturation. Give it color boost. More orange. Make a green pop. Hue versus hue. I want the green to be green, not yellow. Okay, you can see the blue sky now, right? It's hue versus sat. Let's see, we can bring up the saturation of the sky maybe. Okay. That was loud. Why is it so loud? Didn't I just remove all the sound? Wait, what? This is crazy. I removed the sound. Why is there sound? Why is there noise? What is happening with the A7S II? Okay. Okay, I double removed the sound. This is crazy. It scared me. Okay, it's from A7S2, Slog2. If you have to compare, you know, you can always zoom into the highlights area, like these area. You can compare it to the G9, for example. Here, it might not have as much detail. Oh my god, it looks just perfect. Look at this, perfect. How? I don't understand. Like, this looks great as well. I don't understand. I really don't understand now. What's the advantage of oh god, how do I pan over there? Ah, there we go. Yeah, look at this. Comparing to this. Okay. I guess it's just more neutral color with Slog2 here. This looks a little bit blown out, and this one preserves more detail. This is where it shows dynamic range, I guess. Right? Look at the building here. With Slog2 here, it shows the detail, and with the G9. What about the CineLike D? Not a big difference, yeah. Oh, look at this. This is the Sony neutral profile. It just it doesn't have the highlight here. Yeah, it lost all the information. Look, you would have to bring all the way down to see the highlight, but then the whole image will look garbage. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't have that much dynamic range with the Sony straight out of camera without S-Log. With S-Log though, this looks, you know, cinematic. You have the epic dynamic range. This one, I still don't know. Yeah, you know, the color is soft and yeah, it looks cinematic. This one is just very ready. It's how it looks in real life. It's just how it is in real life. You know, it's perfect. If you want to run and gun shoot vlog, and then G9 is probably, Panasonic camera is probably a better option here. And yeah, if you compare it to the Sony, well, I'm not gonna lie, the Slog2 does have a little bit of cinematic look to it, especially if you know how to grade it. I obviously don't know how to grade it correctly, but it is what it is. But look at this. This is pure garbage, right? We couldn't see the blue sky, and the highlight is all blown out. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong in the process of shooting the file? But it looks pretty well balanced over here. You see, this area is pretty dark, right? It's not like it's overexposed, but the highlight is overexposed. So yeah, I don't know. Sony A7S2, the dynamic range is just not there when you are not shooting S-Log. We are shooting neutral profile. So yeah, that's the lesson, I guess. And Slog2 requires so much color grading, color correcting, and amateur like me just have a hard time doing it right. And look at this, Panasonic straight out of camera is beautiful. S-Log, Panasonic, Slog2, Panasonic, Slog2, Panasonic, right? This looks like something that you can just present straight away. Easy peasy. Look at this. Yeah, I'm liking the Panasonic natural profile straight out of camera. That's how I've been shooting my videos most of the time. Yeah, most of the time. Sometimes I use CineLike D, but I prefer the natural profile because it just looks good straight out of camera. So yeah, that's the little comparison. I'm sure there's something you can do to improve the S-Log look, but I am so bad at this thing. We can try just a little bit more, see if we can bring some life back into this file, right? So far it doesn't look finished, it looks unfinished. Probably because of the color. If we just add saturation, it doesn't look good. I shouldn't do, you know, shouldn't be like all about saturation. There's something about it. You have to convert the file to something color something. It's very technical stuff that I don't understand, but yeah, it's interesting stuff to play with. All right, so there you go. That's the little test. Wow, it's been 21 minutes. It's a very interesting test here. G9. Let's play the whole video from the top. Let's cut it from the part where the flicker stops, because it's annoying. I like the focus flickering. Alright, G9, natural profile. Looking great. And G9, CineLike D. Also looking great. A little bit more plastic-ish. I would prefer to shoot natural profile, to be honest. And then we have the Sony A7SII's neutral profile. No picture profile. So yeah, there's no highlight here. And this is S-Log2. Get a very nice dynamic range. It's hard to grade. It looks more cinematic, but it's hard to grade. So usually I just slap on a Luts to solve the problem. So, you know what? Let's just put on some Luts and see what can do justice to the file. Oh, they are too much. They're too much. Okay, it gives you a certain look, but they don't necessarily fit how I shot it. This S-Log I bought from Christian Mate Grab. Christian Mate Grab. Is that a full name? Yeah, Grab is here. Grab. German filmmaker. I bought his Luts. Let's try this one. Yeah, it still look washed out. There's no color in there. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's put some of my silly Luts. This is my very silly Luts. Oh, why don't I see the effect? Hello? Hello? Oh no, that's not it. This is it. Yeah. Every time I shoot S-Log2, it's just I can't get rid of the kind of a very heavy shadow look. And very gray look. I don't know how to get rid of that. You probably need one of the Sony Luts, or the real legit Sony Luts, to get the real color out of this thing, right? Like this, to get rid of the shadow. But then again, look, if you just convert it straight to whatever, this is S-Log3. If you just use that, slap that on, it still doesn't look as good as the Panasonic straight out of camera. Obviously, we modified this with a little bit of highlight and shadow adjustments here. So yeah, look at this comparison. Yeah, much prefer Panasonic. What do I do with the shadow, man? The color, it look all gray and lifeless. Something kind of bothers me. Okay. Very down the highlights. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's the best I can do. Oh, look at this. Now it's looking like the Panasonic file, right? This is crazy. After all this work, it finally starts to look like a Panasonic straight up camera file. Let's see, Panasonic and Sony. This is Sony. Almost cannot tell the difference now. Yeah, it's almost hard to tell the difference now. The Panasonic looks sharper. Sony Slog2 somehow is very soft. This is quote unquote cinematic. Maybe it's internal sharpening. I've turned it down. Maybe I don't remember. But yeah, this is looking much closer to what it looks like in real life. It has a little bit of magenta tint to it that you can modify. Looks more magenta. See if we can fix the magenta look. Turn it to the green a little bit, a tiny little bit, because I don't want a green look. I don't like the Sony green look. Sony tends to look a little bit off in terms of green and magenta. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, they look almost identical now. Look how much effort you have to go through to just get the Panasonic look straight out of camera. But obviously, I'm a noob in terms of color correcting. Obviously, someone skillful can really take advantage of the Slog2 file, no doubt. But once again, if I should low light, 100% gonna go for A7S2 because of the low light capability. You can just see everything. It's gorgeous, marvelous. There's nothing can compare with the A7S line in low lights. So yeah, that's the test. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right. Thank you for watching, and if you have any color correcting, color grading tips, you can let me know in the comment section. Cool. I still want to see the left-hand side corner. I'm obsessed with this thing. Yeah, I don't know. A7S2 file obviously looks soft and you know, so-called cinematic. This one is look very sharp. Yeah, I don't know. You choose whatever you like. All right, gonna go.